Hello, everyone. My name is Tiffany Bell, and I am the host of the CEO Corner. And I'm very excited to be able to introduce our guest today. But before we get into that, as always, I got to make sure that we have a real quick conversation about affirmations for a woman on the move. And so this is our journal. It's 39 women who've come together and they've shared their favorite affirmations, their favorite scripture, their favorite power statement, just words that they've used to help them focus, right, so that they can work on accomplishing their goals. And so again, it's great. It's 76 days worth of affirmations. Whenever you have an opportunity to grab your copy and look inside, you'll see the affirmations are there for you. Just a real quick snippet about what that affirmation means to the author. And then at the bottom of every page, there is a QR code for you to be able to get in contact with her, so that if you would like to, one, do business with her, just have a general conversation with her, maybe get some mentoring, all of their contacts are there for you. So, and this is available in print, or you can get the digital download at Amazon.com. But for now, again, I am excited for you all to be able to connect with our guest for the day. One of our contributing authors is Dr. Aikyna Finch. So Dr. Finch is a social media and technology author, coach, speaker, and training professional with over 20 years experience. She helps people to create a demand for their supply using coaching, social media, and technology. Again, Dr. Aikyna Finch. So Dr. Finch, to the stage. I am excited to have you with us today. Tell our guests just a little bit about yourself. Like, again, we know a little bit about your professional side, but I would love for them to get a sneak peek of what you look like outside of Dr. Finch and Associates.
Well, thank you so much, Tiffany, for having me today. A little sneak peek about me. I am an educator. Higher education is my jam. Then, of course, I am also a motivational coach. So I have a motivational company as well, Women's Empowerment to be exact. So when I was given the opportunity to be part of Affirmations for a Woman on the Move, it made perfect sense to me because I'm always trying to empower my sisters to rise up and be all that they can be. So that's a sneak peek about me, but I know we're going to get into more of that.
Yes. So I love what you said, always encouraging people to rise up. And so tell me, where did that passion in regard to encouraging women, I'm assuming women, men, women, I'm not sure what your primary target audience is, but where did that begin? Like, how did you discover your passion for that? And then, of course, eventually, I want to know, like, I know you as the technology guru. All right, I want to know again, like, how did your story unfold? Share that with me for me, if you don't mind.
Well, where the passion came to empower people was from the fact that a lot of people empowered me when I was coming up. And because of that empowerment, I was able to reach a lot of heights at a very young age. Whereas, and especially in education, being a dean at 32 years old was not really heard of.
Oh,
So,
wow. Now, I knew that you were a dean, but I didn't realize like the record time. That's very impressive. Very impressive. But, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, finish
oh,
out. I love
no, no,
that.
no. No. And then eventually, I got to empower a lot of people in that space. And that's when I realized I was a coach. I had a coach in nature. And my friend was like, look, we need to get you, we both need to get a certification because that's our nature. And we end up doing that. And from that passion, it was just a no-brainer to help others. Now, as far as my clientele, women gravitate to me, but I do help men.
Okay.
So it's no worries there. I have a little something for everybody.
So I have to tell you all about a recent conversation that Dr. Finch and I had. So she said a second ago that coaching is just what she does naturally. So just last night, as a matter of fact, we were prepping, getting ready for today's show. Called her, had expecting like a 2 or 3 minute conversation, which I think probably lasted closer to 30 minutes. But within that 30-minute time span, you really helped me one, to be able to not just focus, or I was having difficulty making a decision, right? And so she just really helped just kind of lay it out, right? Not just say, hey, Tiffany, perhaps this is the way that you need to, this is the direction that you need to go. But she also helped me like actually frame it out like in great detail. And so, I want to make sure that I just give you your flowers now and say thank you, thank you, thank you. And she's done that actually several times for me. So I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to know you. And like, she just really she's a genius when it comes to technology. But behind that mind of hers is a beautiful heart. So again, I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to know you and to continue to get to know you. So you're wonderful.
Well,
Now
thank you. Thank you so much.
let's
You know,
talk
you
about
mentioned the
oh, sorry.
technology. Did you want
Yeah,
me to
that's
do
what
the
I'm going to say.
technology?
I was like, I
Yeah,
want to
okay.
hear what you're about the tech guru.
Yeah, so I have been in technology since I was 8 years old when my mother gave me a Tandy and a programming book, and that was the end of that.
Tandy. What's a Tandy? I feel like I
Yeah,
should know what a Tandy is.
it was the computer Radio Shack's computer
Okay, okay,
brand.
okay,
Yes, that's very, 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 that shows how old I am, right?
okay,
And
okay. Both
so
of us, girl, both of us.
so um that's I was 8 at that time. So and then as it went on, I noticed that in every job that I got, I turned it into a technology opportunity. Whether I was a parapro when I was working with K through 12, whether when I was working with the Army, I became a lot of Army people will know what this IMO, the information management officer.
Okay,
And that was the technology person in every building. I became the IMO and I'm running all the systems and all the things. And so I pretty much figured out that I had a good thing. But in that particular job, that's where I found out about my love for social media and technology, and then how I could teach it. I had a way of teaching it to make it people be able to break it down. And so that's where I found my true calling, so to speak. And a lot of you see me in the tech arena doing those things. And I am so honored to have helped many people just with my natural gifts. And, that's probably why my tech side of my company is called Technically Intuitive, because I
okay,
do it intuitively.
okay.
So, yes.
All right. So, social media. All right. I'm smiling because I had a conversation with someone earlier today about you. It was with my
Ooh,
friend Charmin Prince. Right. And
okay.
so I was telling her that, the three of us have similar personalities and that all three of us are introverts. Right. And
Yes.
so when it comes to the social media thing, oh man, for people that know me and know me well, they know that I am not a big fan of social media, right? But I do understand, it has its place in it. We're here now, right? So I definitely understand and see the value in it. But the introvert me doesn't particularly care to share much about Tiffany, right? And so, when I think about going on social media, just kind of getting past the introversion side of me, though, it's kind of funny, introverts come alive in front of microphones. That's odd to me. Don't know why that happens, but knowing that you're an introvert and that you have a love for social media, kind of tell me how do you do with how do get past the introversion side, the introverted side of you, and be willing to share, as much as you do using social media.
That was a big thing for me because when I started social media, I was a lot like you. I didn't think people really was interested in what I had to say, and or I wasn't really interested in sharing Aikyna. I could share all about you or other people, but Aikyna wasn't, the big thing. And literally when I started helping soldiers find jobs, I also started talking about the things that I thought about. And that is where the all of a sudden the clouds parted, as they say, and all these people were interested in what I had to say because they were like, you do it in a different way, you do it in a community type manner.
Okay. Okay.
And and then they wanted to know, but then the thing was my social media started growing because I was just me. One of my people describe me as a little Southern Baptist preacher when I present.
Okay, okay, okay.
And they said that, just the style, they've never seen anything like it, and it's authentic and it's genuine. One thing about introverts is we don't fake the funk very well, and so when everything comes out, it just comes
It's
out.
really right here.
It's all of it. And so they love the fact that I was all of these things. And when I first came out, it was like word vomit. It just really was. I've learned how to tone it down since then. But the one thing about it is that they like the authenticity. And they love that I wasn't trying to cut it and make it and fix it up. I do it flaws and all. I mean, I done went live in rollers, hair bonnets, you
Oh,
know,
girl.
yes, everything.
Yeah,
And they were
I
like,
can't do
you
it.
are, because everybody's like, oh, we gotta fix it up. And that was part of their appeal, because at the end of the day, the message was the same. The message was the empowerment. The message was, I'm real, I'm raw, and I'm gonna get it done.
Okay.
And they ended up building trust. And so
Okay.
that's one of the things about introverts. If you ever notice their profiles, they grow because they know that they're going to be able to trust us, because we don't fake the funk.
You might be right about that. I agree with you 110%. So my reason for asking, my reason for kind of posing that question is because I feel like that kind of goes back to the journal, right? And I think
Yes.
it's mindset, right? The
Mhm.
whole point of this, right? The whole point of sharing our power statements, our affirmations, because again, we really have to, shape our focus and
Oh
shape,
yeah,
our thoughts so that we can do the things that we are uncomfortable doing. And
almost
for
definitely.
me, whatever is listed on my list, true list of goals, are typically it's things that I'm not, I don't want to just sign up and do it just to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to pull me out of my comfort zone to a certain extent. And so again, just the importance of saying the right things to yourself and
Mhm.
working on believing that so that your mind is shaped and focused. I would love for you to share, one or two of your affirmations that with our audience. And of course, behind the affirmation, I want you to share the story and how it has affected your life.
Well, the affirmation that is in the lovely affirmation for women on the move, I'm also in the other book as well, but this particular one was fire to me.
Okay.
I will not be ignored or denied.
Ooh, I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yes, and it actually says I will no longer, and that's the major point. I will no longer be ignored and denied. Introverts tend to be ignored because we sit in the background, and so if we are not saying nothing, they take it for granted that we're not going to say nothing. We're just going to go with the pack. And so, and a lot of times we do, because we're not going to get into a whole lot of it. If it doesn't seem conducive or no ROI, we're not going to be in that part of that conversation. I mean, I'm just telling you like it is.
I
Now,
don't do small talk.
right,
I
right, right.
do
It
it.
needs to build upon something.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and because of that, we tend to be, oh, she'll be all right. This. No, you will hear what I have to say, because what I do have to say is important. And whatever it is that I'm doing, I know my purpose here,
Mhm.
and my purpose will no longer be denied. A lot of us sit around and let everybody else's purpose be the main thing and sit on the back burner for our own. We will no longer be ignored or denied. You will no longer be denied your purpose, your grounding, your footing, your space at the table. Your space at the table. That's right. Because a lot of us believe we don't have a space at the table. That space is for our husband, our kids, our significant others, our this, that, and other thing. No, you have a space at the table.
Mhm.
That's first off.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I
And
have
you bring
fought.
value to every table that you sit at. That's one
There,
of my
there it
favorite
is.
affirmations. And I bring value to every table that I sit at.
There it is. And see, that's the part. That's the part. Because when I became a dean, I was new to the group, and I would tell them my ideas and all of that, and they would just poo-poo me off. and I tell them something else, and they poo-poo me off. Well, within that 3-month time span, and I blew all of them out the water and became the top registration person in my whole district. Now you want to listen to me?
Hmm.
So, I was all over the thing, and to the fact, within 6 months, I had raised the campus by 40% than it was when it first started a year ago. So they had two. I was the second dean, and the guy had made some nice strides. But we had a 40% raise in 6 months compared to what he did in a year and a half.
Oh, that's some value there, girl. True value
Okay,
brought to the table.
all right. But they poo-pooed me off because I should know nothing. I will no longer be ignored or denied, and I had to break it down to them. Now you want to sit, y'all used to seeing y'all names and lights. Now y'all have a contender.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh man. Okay, so you mentioned purpose earlier, right?
Yes.
And I know there, I feel as if I hear the word on a regular basis, not making light of it. It's just that a lot of people are seeking and trying to understand, where to fit and how to fit and how does that fit into, just their, for them, like, what is my purpose? And I remember having the same, struggles. At the end of the day, now I understand and know that my purpose, there's three things that Tiffany Bell is born to do. It is connect people to people, is connecting people to resources, and it's ultimately I'm connecting people to God, right? And the thing that changes with that, now honestly, I think that's what all of us, ultimately, that's what every person on the face of the earth should be doing. Everybody's purpose, connect people to people, people to resources, people to God, right? But what changes is that it's the tool or the method that we use to do those things from one season to another season, right? So, again, my baby boy is 19 and will be graduating high school this year. We got 2 more months, right? And so with that, I have been feeling the shift with that for, the past year, right? So I realized that, again, the purpose for me in his life, again, I'm going to connect Brandon Christopher Bell to the right people. I'm going to connect Brandon Christopher Bell to the right resources, and I'm going to continually, connect him to God by prayer, again, but I recognize that in this season, it's more by prayer than when he was a kid and taking him to, Sunday school or whatever. So I say all of that to say, in your endeavors in regard to just kind of building out your educational degree and, becoming a dean at such a early age, right? And then, now you're recognizing that you're a coach, right? Of course, you've probably been aware of that for quite some time, but, just kind of tell us a little bit about your journey and discovering your purpose. Like, what was your aha moment?
Well, being the dean for technology, my aha moment was working with the soldiers where I was serving.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Then my aha moment for coaching was when I was a dean serving my my students. And then as far as the ministry piece, I have always been in the church serving. So what are the things I'm built to do? I'm built to serve. I'm built to be technical. And I'm definitely built to teach and to coach. So it's 4 things that I'm built to do.
Okay,
And
the common denominator in that each time you discovered your purpose or the purpose in that season really kind of came out through serving people.
yes,
I love that.
yes, I am a servant leader to the heart. And I always find a way to add service and to add technology or teaching, teaching to a job, whatever I'm doing. And I have realized that at the end of the day, if I'm not giving back, then I'm not receiving well. I can't just receive, and not give back. because um what's the fruit in that? Because if you keep getting, you're going to get overwhelmed. The cup is going to fill up. How do you release the cup? How do you get rid of the stagnant energy? By giving away what you have already mastered so that you can feel empty that space for new things to come and manifest into your life. And when I realized that, the floodgates truly opened. And I started truly serving from the heart no matter what. I turned everything into a service opportunity because, as you know, we're supposed to make disciples and we're supposed to serve his people. So that is why I do what I do. And you can find out a lot of about that piece of me on Change Your Minds Online. That's where I do my podcast, the Dr. Finch Experience, and that's where I talk about the mind shift, the motivation, the empowerment, how I, as the story song goes, how I got over. Okay. And all the bumps and bruises in life, all of the people not believing in me, all the people thinking that I trying to deny me or ignore me, all those things. He needed me to experience all those things so that I would understand the people that come to me and be able to coach them and to serve them appropriately so that they can reach their higher heights and they'll have someone that truly understands them during the journey. And then as far as the technology stuff, I am technically intuitive. That's why the business is called that. But everything is all under the Finch and Associates umbrella because at the end of the day, I am DRAD Finch. That's where you find me on all social media handles. And that is what I do. I serve, I coach, I educate, and I empower. So thank you for that, Tiffany. It was every once in a while, it's nice to really visit what your purpose is and why you do what you do.
Love it, love it, love it. So, I'd like for you to take just a couple of minutes and just talk straight to the camera to any woman that's out there, one that may need your services, but also, when you think of having to make a shift where mindset is concerned, I'd like for you to take a couple of minutes and just kind of talk to her and encourage her. And then, of course, I'd love for our viewers to know how to follow up and connect with Dr. Aikyna Finch.
Well, I hope that you get the journal because in that journal, 39 women were there to pour into you. They gave you the affirmations that empower them to be their best selves. And from that, we hope that you glean a little bit of what we were trying to pour into you. And then also, journaling is therapeutic. What is it doing inside you? We need to make sure that we get it out of us. And that could be just telling your story. That could be writing a book. That could be putting it on social media and sharing with other people. Okay? Because you never know what others are going through. And while you're healing yourself, you could be helping others heal as well. And that is what always has motivated me, whatever I'm doing, whenever I'm serving, because I want others to be great. I know that there's somebody that was waiting on my gifting to be great, just like I was waiting on others' giftings to be great. So, what would have happened if they didn't show up for me? Where would I have gone? What would happen if you don't show up for them? Where would they be? So, if you're interested in talking or chatting or all the things, you can always find me on DRAD Finch on all social media handles. I'm a social media coach, so I'm everywhere at DRAD Finch. You see it right up there, right? And then if you want to work with me, by all means, come to AikynaFinch.com slash contact, and you can get on my calendar. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation, because you never know what somebody is putting your life for. So let's see what we are putting each other's lives to do. Because, I have truly been blessed by meeting Tiffany Bell and all the things that she does. And I hope that she finds me to be a blessing as well, because that's the way of reciprocity, and I would love to be a blessing for you too. So thank you so much, Tiffany.
You are a blessing to me, Dr. Finch. Hands down, you're for sure a real blessing to me. I do appreciate you. Okay, so again, thank you very much for coming and joining us today. Again, as far as just being able to follow up with Dr. Finch, if you'd like to purchase a journal, you can go to her website. And I'm assuming Dr. Finch is going to be the AikynaFinch.com if they would like to purchase a copy of the journal directly from you.
Believe it or not, it's on AikynaFinch.com. It's on Changing Minds, and it's on Technically Intuitive. They're not going to miss that book.
Okay.
Wherever we close, find it. We're going to find it. Yes. Okay. And on social media too. Okay. We let them know.
All right. So one thing we have not talked about today is, I probably see Dr. Finch. She's on social media, but I see her most often on Clubhouse. So I need to tell them real quick about about your Clubhouse room. I don't want to mispronounce the room, but tell them where they can find these Saturday nights. I think it's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, but tell them a little bit about what happens there.
Yes, so I have a room called Technically Intuitive, and what it is networking and tech tips. We call it Tech Tips Saturday. You come up and you talk about what you do and any tech tips you may need or you would like to share. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, that conversation just blows up because, like last week, we helped somebody set up their events. We were talking about how to get publicity. So you never know what is going to be talked about. So if you've been thinking about it, definitely join us in the Technically Intuitive room on Clubhouse.
Yes. So, one more thing that happened this past Saturday. Was it this past Saturday or Saturday before last? It was this past Saturday. Okay, so one of the ideas that I got from going inside of Dr. Finch's room, which again, that's the reason why I called you last night, I think, was mainly to talk about that. Well, the idea that I got going to her room is to take these affirmations and to put them on cards. Right. So imagine, this right here works good, in the morning when you or the evening, just kind of whenever you have your quiet time. That's when the journal itself works well. Right. But on the go, just being able to put those reminders. And again, I don't know how you guys function, but whenever I need, when I'm really am trying to retrain my mind to think and to believe a certain way, I believe in getting little Post-its and putting it around, right? And so my little Post-its, sometimes they're in the kitchen, sometimes in the bathroom. I have put them inside of my car on my dashboard. And so my thoughts behind this is just taking these affirmations, these nuggets of truth, and putting them on cards. And you can have that card and put it in your purse and just have it, making it around it's just with you for the duration. And when you need to refocus or reset, you're intentional to take 3 to 5 minutes away out of your day at any point to pull that out and just quietly meditate on that. And you have it there with you. So love that idea. And I got that by going inside Dr. Finch's Clubhouse room on Saturday. So again, if you've not visited there, I highly encourage you to come in. And I love it because it's regular everyday people. We are all just trying to figure it out, right? And the cool thing is that you got other people there who, we just come in and talk and share and work together. So love it. So with that, though, we're going to bring today's recording to an end. Thank you again, Dr. Finch, for coming and sharing your pearls of wisdom. And for anybody that's out there, again, she is Dr. Aikyna Finch on all social media platforms. Be sure to follow and connect. And I will see you here with our next episode. You guys take care. Bye.